Hello everyone! For years, the fitness industry has conditioned us to divide our workouts into artificial gym categories like chest day or leg day. We've been taught to view our physique as a collection of isolated parts that need to be trained separately. But today, we are going to completely shatter that illusion. Instead of focusing on these outdated gym categories, we are going to understand the human body based on real-world, functional movement patterns. It is time to look at the bigger picture. Always remember this fundamental biological truth. Your body is equipped with over 600 individual muscles. None of them were designed to work in absolute isolation. These complex muscle groups must communicate and work together in perfect harmony to perform our daily, everyday functions. They operate as a single, unified engine. If you are ready to change your perspective on training, let's start exploring the real map of your body. Prepare to rethink everything you know about fitness. Let's examine our first fundamental movement group, which we call push and reach. This involves extending your limbs away from your center of mass. Think about the simple everyday movements you perform without realizing it. For example, reaching your arm upward to grab a heavy book from a high shelf. Or consider the mechanics involved when you use your full body weight to forcefully push a heavy, stubborn door open. These are highly functional actions. During these specific pushing and reaching movements, your chest, shoulders, and triceps are primarily engaged. They provide the necessary raw power to complete the physical task. However, those primary mover muscles are not telling the whole story. There is a deeply intricate support system working constantly behind the scenes. In the background, your trapezius muscles are silently and continuously firing to stabilize your shoulder blades. Without this hidden support, the pushing movement would easily collapse. This proves that every single movement your body makes is always a coordinated team effort. You cannot train the pushing muscles without also training the stabilizers. Now, let's shift our focus and move on to the second major movement group, pull and carry. This relies on an entirely different kinetic chain. Unfortunately, despite its critical importance, this specific movement group is heavily neglected in our modern daily lives. We simply sit far too much and pull far too little. Think about the physical effort required for carrying heavy grocery bags or pulling a resistant object directly toward your torso. These actions require immense structural stability. In these pulling actions, the main driving force originates from your lats or your broad back muscles. They act as the primary engines for bringing weight toward you. To understand why this is so critical, let me share a very striking and dangerous biomechanical statistic with you. Pay close attention to these numbers. Studies show that many average people are between 1.5 and 2.7 times stronger in their pushing muscles compared to their pulling muscles. That is a massive structural flaw. What does this massive strength imbalance actually mean for your body's overall health? It creates a ticking time bomb within your skeletal framework. This severe inequality in muscular power directly pulls your joints out of alignment. This inevitably leads to chronic pain and severe injuries over time. To protect your joints and move pain-free, we absolutely must restore this anterior and posterior balance. You must train your back as intensely as you train your chest. Our third fundamental movement is a simple action we all unconsciously perform dozens of times every single day, standing up. It seems basic, but it is highly complex. Whenever you rise from a seated position in a chair, an incredible, synchronized mechanical system activates deep in the background. Your lower body acts like heavy hydraulic pistons. As you ascend, your quadriceps actively straighten your knees. Simultaneously, your erector spinae muscles strongly engage to safely protect your spinal column. At the exact same time, your glutes contract powerfully to allow your hips to extend fully. This locks you into a perfectly upright, completely stable posture. But do you know what biologically happens if your glute muscles are weak or inactive from too much sitting? The entire mechanical system is instantly compromised. When the glutes fail to fire, the heavy mechanical load transfers directly and aggressively onto your fragile lower back area. Your spine is forced to do the heavy lifting. And that physiological chain reaction is exactly how stubborn chronic lower back pain develops in most adults. It is rarely the back's fault. It is the hip's failure. Finally, we arrive at our last major functional movement group, walking and balance. This is the ultimate everyday test of human bipedal locomotion. Have you ever paused to really think about the complex biomechanics required just for walking down the street? It is far more physically demanding than you might realize. Every single step you take is actually a highly dynamic, continuous balance test performed entirely on one leg. Gravity is constantly trying to pull your body down. To keep your torso upright and perfectly stable while walking, your glutes, hamstrings, and calves must constantly communicate and work together. They absorb the shock of every single step. If there is even a single break or weakness in this kinetic chain, it can bring absolute disaster to your joints. The destructive shock waves travel right up your skeleton. A weak link anywhere in the lower body forces other surrounding muscles to severely overwork to compensate for the instability. Your body sacrifices movement efficiency for basic survival. Over time, this chronic muscular overload usually erupts as sharp, debilitating pain in either your lower back or your knees. The joints eventually pay the ultimate physical price. To summarize everything we've mapped out regarding your body's functional mechanics today,
drive through your glutes instead.
the true cause of your physical discomfort is rarely what it seems. Most of the localized pain you feel in your body does not actually originate from the specific area that hurts. That is just the symptom, not the actual disease. In human biomechanics, the real problem is almost always upstream from the pain. You have to trace the kinetic chain upward to find the true physiological culprit. It is usually caused by another connecting muscle somewhere else that simply became weak and stopped doing its job. This violently forces other tissues to bear the heavy burden. By clearly understanding this functional body map and realizing how your muscular system truly works as one connected unit, you can take back total control. You stop chasing symptoms. With this knowledge, we can actively prevent these painful injuries long before they ever have a chance to happen. Proactive mechanics will always beat reactive medicine. Please, the next time you step onto the beach or into a gym to exercise, deeply remember the lessons from this session. Do not just go through the empty motions. Take the time to actively revise your entire training routine according to these undeniable functional realities. Build a body that is genuinely strong, not just aesthetically pleasing. Stop mindlessly isolating body parts with unnatural machines and start intensely training your kinetic movement patterns instead. Your joints will thank you for the rest of your life. Take the time to truly know your body inside and out.
This is where you
respect its
feel
natural
the
engineering
pain,
and train it exactly
but
the way it was
root
biologically
cause
designed
is
to
right
move.
down here.
Move smartly. Move
Listen
with
to me.
absolute intention. And
You
never
need
let
to
a weak
fundamentally
link dictate
change
your
your
physical
gym
freedom.
routine.
Build an unbreakable, lifelong foundation. Thank you for joining KinexFit for this biomechanical deep dive. I will see you in the next video, where we continue to build elite functional strength